Hi there, this is Fiona, host and regular GM for What Am I Rolling? Just a quick content note here before we begin this episode of What Am I Rolling? This episode's one-shot, The Wretched, is an RPG about isolation, fear, and perseverance in the face of overwhelming odds. This game is intentionally designed to be a solitary and reflective experience, and one of which I really enjoyed, but I appreciate that this sort of experience is not suitable for everyone, and that this particular game might not be the best to play or listen to if you're currently struggling with feelings of loneliness just now. So, if you're not in the right headspace to listen, that's totally fine. I give you permission to stop listening and come back if or when you are ready. Thanks, and stay safe, friends. Hello, and welcome to What Am I Rolling? A twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This week, I will be playing The Wretched, a solo journaling sci-fi RPG played with a deck of cards, a tumbling block tower, and a microphone. Written by Chris Bassetti and published by Loot the Room, The Wretched is a game about human resilience in the face of overwhelming odds and almost certain death. It is a game about isolation, fear, and perseverance. You can find out more about The Wretched and buy other Loot the Room games on their website. That's loottheroom.uk. I'll add links to it on the What Am I Rolling website and in this episode's show notes. So here's how The Wretched works. You are the last surviving crew member of the intergalactic salvage ship, The Wretched. Adrift between stars after an engine failure, your ship was attacked by a hostile alien lifeform. The crew are dead. You are alone. You thought you had won. You launched the creature out of an airlock, and that should have meant safety. It didn't. The creature survived, somehow immune to the cold, empty black of space. Now it skitters and crawls across the hull of your ship. It seeks a way in. It wants you. Now it is you versus inevitability. Can you keep your life support systems going long enough to repair your distress beacon? And even with the beacon activated, can you keep the creature at bay long enough to be rescued? Assuming that somebody hears your cry. Probably not, but you have to try. As the game breaks up quite nicely into sections, I will go into each section before each part of the one-shot. One last thing before we begin. Naturally, there are times in this one-shot where the players and myself, mostly myself for this one, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to the rules wherever possible, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes, and what matters most is that everyone enjoys themselves. To play The Wretched, you will need a standard set of playing cards with no jokers, a single 6-sided die, a tumbling block tower, and 10 tokens of some kind. You will also need some way to record your game. Audio or video logs work best, but you can also just write down your responses or even tweet or post them on social media. So to play, I need a standard deck of cards with no jokers. I've done that. I have a single-sided die, which rolls really well, and a tumbling block tower, which I have, and some 10 tokens. And that's it. I also need a way to record the game, which I'm doing through audio logs. To begin, set up the tumbling block tower as you would normally for games of that nature. Roll your die and complete that many pulls from the tower. The tower represents the state of your ship. If it falls at any time, a catastrophic systems failure results in your death, and the game is over. Your ship will never be destroyed. You are simply more likely to die at the hands of the creature. To begin, set up the tumbling block tower as you would normally for games of that nature. So I've got that here. You probably hear me just pull off the thing, so let's hope it... Oh, nice. It looks very intimidating now, I will say. God, my hands are already sweating. It's not good. Roll your die and complete that many pulls from the tower. The tower represents the state of your ship. Alright, we ready? Yes! Only one! I just need to take one. So that's good. Wasn't that badly damaged. So I think for clarity, I am sat down. I am going to try the one-hand rule, which just means you only ever use one hand to pull from the tower. Let's go for... already... Oh, there you go. There's an easy one there. So I'll use this one. There we go. Alright, and plonk it on the top. Alright. Record your first audio log reading from the script that follows.
Day 1. Salvage ship The Wretched. Flight engineer Howat reporting. The other members of the crew are dead, and the engines remain non-operational, though ship integrity remains good and life support systems are still active. I successfully jettisoned the intruder from the airlock, but it remains alive and continues to try and access the ship. With a little luck, I can repair the distress beacon, and someone will pick me up. This is Fiona Howat, the last survivor of the Wretched, signing off.
All subsequent reports should begin with a statement, day number, salvage ship The Wretched, flight engineer your name reporting, in order to assist with an accurate reconstruction of events should your ship be recovered. The contents of the rest of the log is up to you, but it should at least summarise the events of the day. And now we're ready to begin. Oh, okay. The game is divided into days, and each day has 2 phases, the tasks and the log. In phase 1, the tasks, the structure is as follows. Roll the die and draw that number of playing cards from the deck, keeping them face down. Turn over the first card that was drawn and consult the operations manual. The operations manual is consulted each time you draw a card, and it assigns you a task based on the card. Sometimes these tasks involve pulling bricks from the tower. Others will involve quiet reflection or answering questions. Some do other things entirely. Each of the 4 suits on the deck represents a different part of your experience on the Wretched. Hearts represent your ship's systems, life support, water purification, and the like. When you draw a heart, you are interacting with them in some way, doing essential repairs or booting up a system that was previously dormant. Clubs represent the crew. When you draw a club, you are reminded of the people you have lost, and the reality that you are sharing your space with their remains. Diamonds represent your ship's physical structures. When you draw a diamond, you are physically engaging with the ship, patching up the hull, sealing doors behind you, or accessing new areas. Spades represent the creature. It may have made its presence known physically, or you may have to deal with the mental toll its hunt is having on you. There are only 2 positive ways out of a situation, and each is more unlikely than the last. First, you could activate your distress beacon, survive long enough for someone to hear it, and then continue to survive long enough for them to get to you. Second, you could fix your engine and leave the creature drifting in your wake. You can fail in a multitude of ways. Keep turning over the cards and consulting the operation manual until all the tasks have been completed. When all the tasks have been completed for the day, discard the cards that have been used unless you are told otherwise. Okay, I've rolled a 2, so we're going to draw 2 cards. I'm going to take this top one. Okay, the first card is the 8 of Spades. So spades represent the creature. Oh, that's a good start. What's the 8 of Spades then? Despite the thick hull of the ship separating you from the creature outside, you somehow know when it is near your section of the ship. How? And then it says pull from the tower. Oof. Okay. How do I know? Ooh. It's very hard because obviously the outer side of space, you can't hear audio and stuff. But I think certain parts of the ship are weakened, and I can hear it has a very distinctive way of moving. Like, it moves. How can I say? It has it has a pattern. So I think at certain times I'll just hear it galloping across my section of the ship. Like, it will be very quiet as I'm working on something, and suddenly like it almost sounds like gunfire. So like almost like shooting. And so I freeze up and I hold my breath, thinking, "Oh gosh, it's got in. It can hear me. It can hear me." Because I think that's what has been so scary about it, is that it's so quiet, and then when it attacks or when it comes for you, it is so quick. It moves at obviously at an inhuman speed, and I want to say, the way I'm imagining it moving is almost like a spider, because they seem to just move at such a horrific pace. It just feels like just a really terrifying, scary thing. Like, I freeze up, and it's not nice at all. All right, pull from the tower. Let's go for. Ooh, there's a nice loose one on the third thing. Ooh, there we go. One hand, and oof, it is a little bit. Oh, my hands are sweating. That's no good. All right. Second card is the King of Clubs. As you are passing the officer's mess, you try to avert your eyes from the carnage inside, but you're sure you saw something move amongst the bodies of your crewmates. What do you think it was? Well, what I saw was the ship's pet. The first mate has a small pug called Captain Wiggles, and smuggled it aboard when we first got here. The disappearance of Captain Wiggles was probably the first point where we thought something was wrong with the ship, because that dog barks. It barks a lot. and for a second I thought I heard the dog panting, or like a little cry, and I just thought I saw Wiggles just sat there in the middle of this carnage, in the middle of the mess hall, and it's fine. It wasn't real. I know it's not real. That dog's dead. The crew's dead. I'm here. So there's another caveat to this. It says, for the king, do not discard this card. Place it where you can see it. Oh my god. If this is the fourth king you have drawn, the creature has gained access to the Wretched, and it has finally found you, and the game's over. Ooh! Oh god! Alright, so I've got one king as well. In Phase 2, the log, the structure is as follows. Take a moment to consider the events of the day, keeping in mind what you have learned about the state of your ship, the actions of the creature, and how you are feeling. Then, record your audio log for the day.
Day 2. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Howat reporting. I heard the creature again today. It has a very distinctive pattern, the way it moves. Even if I move around the ship trying to maintain the support systems, it may be quiet for an hour or two, but then I just hear it scuttle, hear it gallop across the walls, and for a second I think it's found me. And then it goes quiet again, and wide eyes. I glanced away and I just carried on walking. I don't know if it was real. I don't think it was real. You know, what happened 2 days ago, God, of course I'm going to see things. Of course I'm going to, I'm processing my grief. That dog's dead. Everyone else is dead. But I'm still here. I'm alive. I've got to keep going. This is Fiona Howat, the last survivor of the Wretched, signing off.
So roll the dice. Ooh, I rolled a 3. 3 cards for day 3. So first one is... it's an ace of spades. Ooh, that's usually a bad card in other games. Spades represent the creature, of course. This is not great. You find a way to distract the creature from its attempts to gain access to the ship. What is it? And then it says, if you have previously drawn the king of spades, you may shuffle it back into the deck. Annoyingly, I've drawn the king of clubs. But that's cool, good to know. I think what I would have done is programmed the sweeper bots and the cleaner bots to gather the remains of of my crew. And then I have an idea, it's not very nice, but putting them into, well, I don't do this, obviously, I instruct the robots to do it, but to put them into sort of a trash compactor, maybe seal them up, and then shoot them out the airlock. Almost like a food parcel. I don't know why I'm feeding the alien, but it doesn't gallop around. It just is quiet for the rest of the day. For a few hours at least. So it's not galloping around and not trying to get in, but I don't feel good about it. Second card is the 10 of clubs. Oh god, this is sad. One of the crew died whilst holding a teddy bear his daughter gave him. What was the bear's name? Maybe I see that when the bits of crew are put into the compactor. I see the bear sort of pushed up against the glass, and it comes to me, the bear was called Cornelius, which is such a pretentious name when you think about it for a small child to do, but that bear was important, and I sort of kick myself for not trying to rescue it out of the trash compactor, but the bear was torn apart, very covered in bloodstains. I don't know why I have such an impulse to save it. It was nothing to me, but Cornelius was the bear's name. Final card is the king of spades. Oh shit. It's the creature. The past few nights you have been dreaming about the creature. What happens in your dreams? Do not discard this card. Place it where you can see it. If this is the fourth king that's drawn, the creature has gained access to the Wretched, and it's found you, and the game is over. Well, that's not great. Well, it's only been a couple of days since it happened, so I've just been reliving it over and over. The mess hall, sitting down eating dinner, and then just hearing the galloping across the ceiling, across the walls, and then suddenly just a horrible tear as this creature sort of pulls itself from the ceiling and drops down in front of us on the table where we're all sat around. Its horrific limbs, all 8 of them, with sharp, spiny claws, horrific, knobbly daggers, I guess. I was on cleaning duty. I'd collected all the plates up, and I was about to come back to join them, and from the sort of kitchen opening, I saw they didn't have a chance. They had no weapons, they had nothing. The vast majority of the crew were in there. I had to hide, and that's the thing that I remember the most, is hiding in a cupboard underneath a table, holding my breath. A stupid ladle or something, a kitchen implement, just holding my breath, hearing these awful sounds, frozen, not able to do anything. And after what seems like hours, it just went back up into the hole and scuttled away, and I was left there, and I just replaying that over and over and over. The horrible scuttling noise, the tear of metal, the screams, and the dream ends, and it always ends the same way, where I breathe a horrible panicked breath, and the creature appears and goes straight for my throat, and I wake up covered in sweat, tears, stifling any cry I had. It's a nightmare.
Day 3. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Howat reporting. I've discovered a way to keep the beast, keep whatever it is, distracted from trying to get into the ship. They did say resourcefulness was on my sheet when I applied. I got the sweeper bots to clear up the mess in the kitchen and the hall, and put the remains into the trash compactor to be shot out into space from the airlock. And it seems to have worked. It's fairly quiet over there now. I don't know how long for. But it's given me some time to think and some more time to peace, and hopefully it just gives me a bit more time. Something strange happened again. As I was about to shoot out one of the last parcels, I saw Keith's bear. I used to tease him about it all the time. Cornelius, I think it was called. But it was important to him, and it was his connection back to his family, back on our home planet, and now there was a moment where I had this impulse to try and grab it, but I realised it would be useless, it would be pointless. And what use would I have for it? When I hit the button for it to go out into space, I did feel a ping of guilt. These dreams I've been having, replaying over that final couple of hours when the creature finally revealed itself and started to... I relive it over and over, realising how close I was to death, and wondering I did the right thing. I mean, anyone will probably say that I did do the right thing. I saved myself. I couldn't help them. They were going to die. I didn't help, and I feel that guilt every time I wake up from those dreams. I will make sure to, if I get out of this, I will send a missive to Keith's next of kin. Maybe even a video message to his daughter, and say how brave her daddy was. Even though at the end he was begging to live. This is Fiona Howat, the last survivor of the Wretched, signing off.
So we roll the dice. Oh my god. Alright, I'm going to pull 6 cards now. Oh, there's going to be a king in here. I'm sure of it. A lot happened today. Okay. It is another king. The King of Hearts. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I now have 3 kings. We're only half an hour into this game. You hear a skittering, scraping sound in the air vents, and you fear the creature or something else may have gotten aboard the ship. How will you make sure you don't attract its attention? I think as soon as I hear it, I bolt for the bridge. I lock it as quickly as I can, and I stay there the rest of the day. As soon as I hear it, regardless of what else I was doing, and I dim all the lights, I reduce life support, I try and hack the system so I can distract. I don't know. If I can remotely turn on the lights in other places, maybe try and raise the temperature, but it's a struggle. So yeah, I don't know. I do anything and I just hold my breath and pray whatever it is just doesn't come in, and I just don't move. I stay in that position for the rest of the day. Okay. God, this is getting tense. The Three of Hearts. Oh god, okay. While you slept, the fire suppression system was activated. What caused the fire, and how will you make sure it doesn't happen again? Pull from the tower. Like I said, last couple of nights I've been dreaming of the creature, so I've not slept very well, and I'm trying to go by a routine, and I'm trying to cook in the kitchen now that it's cleaned up a little bit. The sweeper bots have done a good job. And I just, in my haze of being constantly scared and being worried about things, I leave the hob on, and the chef's rag that I use to cook things with catches fire. And when I wake up, I rush to the kitchen, like looking at the systems, and catch my breath as, again, a scene of devastation. The burnt marks, most of the kitchen had caught fire, but luckily the system pressed it down, but it's unusable now. I can't use the kitchen to cook anything. I just have various packs of, I mean, God knows what the space food you get. It's just dry, so I have to eat out of those. Luckily, there's nothing else I use the hob for, so how to prevent that from happening again? Just never cooking again. So just eating these dehydrated packs of food. That'll do me. I won't make that mistake again. All right, trying to take from the tower. Oh, okay, another one lower down. Hey, there we go, done. Ooh. Oh, third card. Oof, 4 of spades. Oh my god, okay. The creature whispers to you through the ship's comms. You don't know how it does it. What do you hear before you kill the audio? Pull from the tower. I think after I hear the scuttling around, there's a moment that's so static. And I hear like one of those horrible distorted croaks. Which I recognise it as almost like a clicking radar thing it has. I think it's blind, this alien creature. So I hear that. I hear this sort of like that. As I go to shut it off, I think it says my name. I think it says Howat. And I shut it off and kill it. Next block from the tower. Oh, gosh, okay. Oh, this is going to be unsteady already. Okay. Oh, my hand's shaking quite a bit. Okay, gotta put it back on the top. I still have 3 more cards today to go. The 3 of diamonds. Oh, so I've not had diamonds before. After you threw the creature out of the airlock, it spent a few hours trying to get through the small windows of the observatory deck, the only glass on the ship. You fear their integrity has been compromised, so you spend an hour reinforcing them by welding sheets of metal over the inside. Pull from the tower. Okay, so I'm just got to remember what I was doing. Okay, so I'm going to pull from the tower. Ooh, okay, let's go higher up. Ooh, okay. Ooh, that was an easier one, but still terrifying. 5th card is the Queen of Clubs. I feel like I've had a lot of clubs. Oh god, I keep having to pull from the tower. You spend a day clearing bodies out of a small room that you intend to hole up in if the creature gets on board again. What was its purpose before this happened? And why were there so many people in here when the creature came? Pull from the tower. So the room in question is the bunk room where all of us, or a good majority of us, slept. It looks a bit like a school dorm in a way, like you have at least like 3 inbuilt sort of pod areas that you can shutter down. There's a little like sort of ensuite, I say ensuite, efficient shower and wash system at the end. There's not really much personal space here. I think you could fit about 30 people in here, sleeping at any time of the day or night. Although you can't tell in space, can you? Why were there so many people in here? The shift had just changed. So people were getting ready for bed, getting ready to sleep for a few hours before going back on shift. And after it attacked those people in the officers' mess, it came straight here because there was people laughing, there was music. Someone had put on their sort of battered stereo. So you can imagine almost like a horrible sort of Footloose or, dance montage with the horrible music going over the top and this creature just ripping into people. Maybe a couple of people were in the shower. Some already asleep and they didn't see what was coming. My plan is to hide in one of the pods and hope it just doesn't see or smell me. Pull from the tower. God. Another. Oh, God. There's another early one. Oof. Okay. Final card. For God's sake, please don't be a king. It's the Ace of Hearts. Oh, an ace. That must mean... After days of trying, you have finally managed to repair your distress beacon and activate it. Pull from the tower, but do not discard this card. Instead, put it to one side and place 10 tokens on it. At the end of each day, after recording your log, roll your dice. On a 6, remove a token from the card. Oh, what? Oh, that's going to be so difficult. If you successfully have all the tokens, someone responds to your beacon. Make a final pull from the tower. If the tower stands, you are rescued and the game ends. Record one more audio log as you watch them destroy the creature and dock with your ship. If the tower falls, they arrive too late to stop your ship from falling apart in the black. You are dead and the game is over. That's so difficult. Only on a 6 can I remove a token. Okay, alright, I'm going to put it here. Oh, and then I've got my little tokens. And there they all are. Ooh. Oh, I thought I meant I could get rid of my King of Hearts. That's all the cards.
Day 4. Salvage ship, the Wretched. Flight engineer Howat reporting. I've got to be honest, it's been a bit of a rough day. When I woke up this morning, I discovered the fire suppression system had been activated because I forgot to turn off the hob when cooking food last night, and, well, I burnt the kitchen down, essentially. Idiot. Thankfully, it activated, but I now can't cook anything. I only have these stupid dehydration packs of food, and, well, we don't know how long those will last me for. It's fine. I'll work it out. At least I won't make that mistake again. I've also, I've taken some time today to weld metal over the glass in the observatory deck. I didn't mention it before, but certainly after the chaos of the onslaught, and after I managed to get the creature out from the airlock, it was trying to get through there. It couldn't, thankfully, but it was pretty horrific seeing this creature just beating its head against the glass, and I thought better safe than sorry, so it's hard work, and now I can't see outside anymore, so feeling a little bit trapped for sure, but better safe than sorry. I also, spent some time cleaning up the bunk room. Again, had the sleep box go in. I thought to myself, if worst comes to worst, I can at least hold up here for a bit, maybe shutter one of the beds, and yeah, so I'd planned and programmed. And then the comms came on. It just sort of burst into life, this static, so I jumped, and I generally thought that didn't know what it was. It was such a strange sound. The only person I'd spoken to is myself on these audio logs, and so when the comms desk burst into life, the static, I thought maybe for a second that that the beacon had worked and I was going to be saved and someone was coming through. And then I heard it, the horrible, croaking, disgusting, clicking sound I've come to know all too well from the dreams. And I don't know how I did it, but before I could turn it off and disable the comms, I could have sworn it said my name. It knows who I am. It knows I'm still here. This is Fiona Howat, last survivor of the Wretched, signing off.
Now, it's end of the day, so I'm going to roll the dice to see if I can get any tokens off my distress beacon. Nope, that was a 2. 4. 4 cards. Alright. I feel like I'm going through them at such a drastic pace. Okay, here we go. First card. 5 of clubs. Where did you hide while the rest of the crew were dying? I've kind of mentioned this before, but essentially I held up myself in the kitchen and then I just stayed there. I just got rid of all the spices and stuff and just held myself in the cupboard and stayed there for hours and hours, cramped. I waited till there was a moment where I thought I was okay, and then I shuffled out, slowly taking my time. But yeah, just the kitchen. That's where I was. Card number 2. The 6 of diamonds. Oh, shit. A fire starts in one of the engines whilst you are attempting to get the ships going again. You are forced to jettison it. Pull from the tower. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Let's go a bit higher up. I've taken a lot from the beneath. Oof. Oh, God. Oh, well, that was a tricky one. I couldn't move my chair because obviously I have to talk into the mic, and I just couldn't see where that block was. Card number 3. Oh, it's another systems one. 8. Oh, your gravity drive fails. It's a long, slow progress dragging yourself over to it with no gravity, and a long day fixing it, but you manage to get it back up and running. Pull from the tower. Oh, but there's a really loose one on the bottom. Oh, there's a really loose one on the bottom. Scoot that one out. Ooh. There we go. Ooh. Oh. Okay. That's 3 cards down. 1 to go. Oh, all diamonds. Okay. Oh, shit. You spend a day taking the engine apart completely and putting it back together in an attempt to fix it. But you're not sure exactly how to do that, and you suspect you may have caused more damage than you fixed. Pull from the tower. Do not replace this block at the top of the tower. Remove it from the game instead. No. Oh, God. Alright, I'm going for it. 4th row from the bottom. Okay, oof, that's a... What? Oh, I've done it. Alright, taken 1 out. Remove from the game. I think that's going to come back and bite me at some point.
Day 5. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Howat reporting. Gotta be honest, it's been a hard day today. A lot of things went wrong. First of all, anxiety of any moment hearing that creature scuttle about. We'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to put it together the best I can, but I'm not sure. And then when I was working on one of the other engines, a fire started, and because I've got rid of the suppression system it's on the blink, it seems to be, I had to jettison it, so that's another engine gone. And then finally, to really, really top off today, the gravity failed. And it took me like 5 hours to get to the systems deck and to sort it out. Just a lot of energy spent and things going wrong. I'm really struggling. I don't know what to do, but I'll keep going. That's all I can do. This is Fiona Howat, the last survivor of the Wretched, signing off.
Okay, I gotta roll, see if I can take a token off. Ugh, no, that's a 2. Rolling for the cards. Another 4. Go, okay. First card. It's the 3 of spades, so that's another creature. Describe the way the creature moves across the outside of the ship and pull from the tower. I've described before, it sort of scuttles about, but every so often I have this image that this creature uses all of its legs to really dig into the hull and then push off almost like a jumping thing, like a jumping spider, to get from bit to bit to bit. I feel sometimes I do hear it land, but not like a whole crash into the side. It lands very lightly on its spindly legs. So I think it scuttles because it knows I'm nearby, but to get to different parts of the ship, it likes to jump. And that's terrifying. Okay, pulling from the tower. Okay, found one. Oh god, why do I always pull from the back? I can't see it. Oh, okay. And on the top. Oh god, my hands are shaking. Okay. Second card is the Jack of Hearts. Oh. You spend a day climbing around in the engines, doing basic maintenance and trying to figure out what needs to be done in order to get the ship moving again. You end the day as clueless as you began. Pull from the tower. Okay. Oh, is that one? Nope. It's getting harder and harder to find loose. Oh god, there is one right at the bottom. Oh, I just let go of it, Fiona. Don't. I can't let go. My hands are shaking so much. Hang on. Oh, okay. I really can't do more of those. Third card. The 10 of Hearts. The life support system keeps making an unhealthy grinding noise, and you don't know what the problem is. What will you do if it fails? I mean, there's not much I can do, really. If I don't know what the problem is. I think worst case scenario, I'll keep one of the spacesuits that we use to go on the outside of the ship to make repairs by my bed and have that by wherever I'm staying, and I'll use the oxygen from that. It'll only be a limited supply, but at least it'll give me enough to go and to try and fix it in some way. But that's the only plan I have, is just to have the emergency spacesuit and just hope that it doesn't fail. Final card. 4 of Clubs. So that's a crew one. Ah. Before the creature came, you were in the very early stages of pursuing a relationship with another member of the crew. What was the last thing you said to them? And why do you regret it? I think about Ashley quite a bit. I can't even believe how lucky I was to even spend a little bit of time with them. But I regret saying we should call it quits. It was very early, you're in space. There's lots of people around, it gets quite crowded, and it was just a lot. It was just overwhelming, and I wasn't used to this kind of relationship before, so it just felt very public, and I'm a more private person than that. I wasn't prepared to do that, so I said we should call it quits. They were okay with that and said that if I change my mind, I'll always be there, and I wasn't with them when they died. And I was a coward. It would have been fine. I don't know why I was so worried about it. Maybe this being my first... I don't know. It just felt so public, and I didn't want everyone to make assumptions. Yeah, I regret calling it off.
Day 6. Salvage ship, the Wretched. Flight engineer Howat reporting. Well, I've spent all day in the engines, and I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with them. I've tried everything. Everything. And every day that creature moves and is close to me, and I just can't concentrate on getting out of here when it's constantly there, a horrible reminder. The other thing to note, the life support system is, well, it's not looking good. It's making this horrific, horrible sound like a grinding. It's definitely not healthy. I don't know what the problem is, but well, I have the backup plan. I've got the suit next to my bed. Should I need it? I mean, maybe I should carry something around with me at all times, just in case, but I just pray it holds out. I've been thinking about Ashley lately, and I feel like I didn't really process stuff before. I feel like a coward for running away from our relationship and not facing my fears. It seems so trivial now. I'm sorry, Ashley. Again, like Keith, I'll make sure to contact the family when I get out of here, but you were special, and I can't believe I took it for granted. I can't believe I can't. This is Fiona Howat, the last survivor of the Wretched, signing off.
Okay, rolling to see if I get a 6. Oh, a 3. Nope, I'm never going to repair this bloody beacon. I think. I don't know at this point. Alright, rolling for cards. 1! Hooray! And it's the 8 of clubs. Make a list of the 5 best hiding places on the ship in the event that you need to use them. I've got some of the bunks in the sleeping quarters marked. They seem quite defensible, though they're quite tight and there's not an escape route for that. There's a maintenance shaft near the bridge that I can hold myself in. I can just pull out the wires and stuff, and it shouldn't look too out of place. Again, there's no escape route from that. We do have an escape pod, which I can seal. I just can't move anywhere. The engines don't work in it. It's malfunctioned, so I could do that. Maybe buy me some extra hours, but it's definitely a much weaker place. I'm sure the creature could get into that. There's the greenhouses we've got. And maybe I can bury myself in compost if it's the smell that attracts it. Again, I'm not sure if it can sense the heat or the but I guess with the compost it is quite warm in there, so maybe I can mask my heat trail. And I mean, the kitchen worked before. So basically making sure that it just is ready for me to go, and that there's enough room for me for at least a couple of hours. None of these are great. Ugh.
Day 7. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Howat reporting. Quiet today. Not much to report. I've made contingency plans, thinking about places where I can hide. I've started putting provisions there as well in case I need to hide out there for a couple more days. I am aware the ship was built for efficiency, not necessarily comfort or luxury. So all these spaces are quite small, and quite a few of them don't have escape routes at them. So obviously, if I am hiding in there and this creature finds me, then, well, that's it. It's okay. You have to do these things, otherwise, well, I don't want to think of the alternative. This is Fiona Howat, last survivor of the Wretched. Signing off.
And will today get anywhere? 3. God, I'm never going to roll 6 on getting the beacon right. Four. I've got to do 4 cards today. The pile, I'll say, is getting very low. 10 of spades. That's a creature. You find something left behind by the creature. Blood, or a body part, or something you can't quite explain. Describe it, and pull from the tower. Interestingly, I don't think I would have spotted this if it wasn't for the fact one of the sweeper bots was malfunctioning. I go through its insides and take it apart, and right in one of the vacuum bags is a huge claw. Like one of those knobbly daggers like I was talking about. Looking at it, I've never seen such a claw before. It's as big as my hand. The span sort of goes from my wrist all the way up to the edge of my palm. It's sharp. I have to handle it very carefully. And it looks like it was detachable. Like this creature could shoot the claws at people. Which would make sense. There are a few scratch marks. I found a few people like with holes in them, but I wasn't entirely sure what they were. It's not nice though. It gives me the creeps, so I dispose of it instantly after I work out what it is. I don't have time for that. Okay, pull from the tower. Oh, okay. Oh, wobble, wobble, wobble. Oh, okay, done. See if I can put it on without it toppling. Cool. Alright, done. Second card is the 7 of Hearts. That's systems. You had to climb up into a narrow crawl space to fix some faulty lighting. What was it like? Squeezed in there between the cables and the hull of the ship. Pull from the tower. Well, let's be honest, it's not great. I'm having to get used to this sort of claustrophobic atmosphere. Like, it's unrelenting. And being so close to the hull, and being so close to possibly it. I mean, it's not good. I'm trying not to think about it. Managed to get it fixed though, and that's all that matters. Pulling from the tower. Oof, do I want to do that one? I don't know. Oh, there's that one. Okay. Done. Oh, wow. All right. And on the top. Oof. That made a noise. I didn't like that. Okay. Card 3 is, well, the 7 of Diamonds. That is structures. We've not had many structures. Oh, god damn it. You manage to gain access to one of the lander modules, in the hope you can use it to escape the ship. But the asteroid that struck the ship before your engines failed damaged it beyond repair. You cast it adrift into the black, in the hope that it will distract the creature. Pull from the tower. That's 3 pulls I've had to do already. Ugh. There's no is it no easy ones? Oof, that's a bit wobbly at the top. Okay, let's try and maybe this one. Oof, oh, that was, oh, okay. Is there any others that I can move before I move that one? Because that one is the danger point. I can see it already happening. That's a danger point. Okay, I'm going to have to remove that one. Oh, stop, you're wobbling so much. I'm going to use the other hand. Hang on. Oof, that was a big... Okay, come on. Oh, okay. That was a big wobble. But that has left one of the layers with only one block. So that top half is going to be wobbly. And now it's done. Okay, final card. The 4 of diamonds. The many skirmishes with the creature cause a huge amount of internal structural damage. You spend a whole day tracking down all the issues you can find and fixing them the best you can. Pull from the tower. Okay, alright. Oh, there's one on the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna go for this one. It's the 3rd row. Oh god, I can't see it. This is getting tense. Okay, now just to... How do I... My hands generally don't want to put it down. That's wobbly.
Day 8. The salvage ship, the Wretched. Flight Engineer Howat reporting. So, I found one of its claws in one of the sleeper bots, and it looked deadly. I mean, it was a bit horrific to open up Sleeper 352 and to see it lying there. My heart did drop a little bit. Didn't seem contaminated, or it didn't seem recent. It looked like it had been picked up from the original fight, so I should have taken the time to study it a little bit more, but I didn't. It gave me the creeps, and I didn't want that horrible reminder of this thing on my ship, so I put it in the trash compactor and didn't think anything else of it. I mean, I did think about it, but, you know. Other things to report, the lander module. I managed to gain access to it, but it's beyond repair. As with everything the last couple of days, it just feels like anything I touch turns to shit. I set it out into space, but obviously I can't see the creature anymore, so I don't know if it was distracted by it. Only time will tell. I spend the rest of the day looking for the issues with the internal structure. Every day there seems to be some little things, pieces. I managed to track down quite a lot of them today, but I don't know how much has been fixed. Trying not to worry about it. At one point I had to get up into this narrow crawl space to fix some of the lighting in one of the lower decks of the ship, and I knew it was close. I swear it could have been on the other side of the hull. Just waiting, listening to me scrabbling around in there like a rat caught in a maze, caught in a trap. I mean, what else can I do? It's been several days now. The beacon still goes, but who knows at this point. Just sitting here waiting for death to come claim me. This is Fiona Howat, the last survivor of the Wretched, signing off.
We roll to see about the beacon. That's a 4 again. Rolling a lot of 4s, no 5s or 6s. Could do with a 6. Okay, come on, let's see what we've got. 1! Hooray, 1 card! And it's another creature one. It's the 2 of spades. Oh, God. God, my heart almost went then. Ooh, okay. Today, you felt like giving up. You couldn't summon any energy, and your tasks weren't complete. Return any cards you haven't turned over yet to the deck and shuffle it. Pull from the tower. Well, I only drew one card, so that's incredibly lucky, but I still have to pull from the tower. So, this is not great. Oof, oof. Oh no, do not touch that one. I can't pull any of them. Oh no. I'm desperately testing them to see if I can pull any of them out. Full disclosure, I'm using two hands to see if I can pick any one of them out and then changing it to one hand. Oof, oof, oof. Okay. There's one at the bottom, I think. Okay, it's coming out, Oh, my hand is wobbling so bloody much right now. Okay, gotta put it down though. God damn. Can I just scooch it? Oh, I tried to scooch it back in and it wobbled really hard. Okay. There we go. Okay.
Day 9. Salvage ship, the Wretched. Flight engineer Howat reporting. I just can't. I try, and I try, and I try, and nothing. Nothing. If you're hearing this, I don't know what you must think of me. This person who's just talking to themselves about anything to keep them sane, to keep motivated, to keep going, but it's so hard. Being in a place where I can't even see out, knowing that any day I could die. A horrible death will just die from the ship imploding, or maybe just living in this dread, knowing that's going to happen, but then possibly being rescued, and I don't know. I hope whoever hears these, I hope you are never in this position. This is Fiona Howat, the last survivor of the Wretched, signing off.
Rolling for the beacon. It's a 3. Oh dear. I don't think I'm ever going to get out of here. Rolling for cards. Oh, now I roll a 6. Holy shit. Okay. Squeaky bum time, friends. Squeaky bum time. Let's get all the cards out. Please be some good news. Okay, so the first card. The 6 of Hearts. That is a systems, I think. Ooh. Your scanners keep showing a large object that periodically disappears from the screen, only to show up again a few hours later. Is there something out there, or is it a glitch? At this point, I can't be hopeful. I think it's a glitch. Everything else around here is either burnt or broken. Why not this? I don't get my hopes up. There's no point. Second card is the 6 of Clubs, which is the crew. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Which member of the crew jumped into harm's way to try and protect the others? And how much time did they buy you all? It was Keith. I watched the system CCTV back. The people were running almost like a stampede down one of the corridors, and they were almost bottlenecked in, trapped. And Keith turned back, pushed other people down the corridor, and sealed the doors. and turned and faced his death. I don't know what he was thinking. He didn't buy them that much time. Maybe 30 seconds. 30 seconds for them to realise that things weren't working. The creature had already gone through the system and broken apart all the major mechanics, programs. I don't know. Didn't buy us that much time at all. Keith sacrificed his life for them, but it was in vain. And yeah. Card number 3. It's a creature card. 6 of spades. You didn't see the creature properly because you were hiding, but you heard it. What did it sound like? Pull from the tower. Again, after the screeching of my colleagues had died down in the officer's mess, I just heard this horrible, like, clicking radar-esque type noise, a sort of croaking sound, like... And it shuffled off, using that noise to sort of, I guess, to sort of as a radar, just to bounce off objects. I won't forget it. It's a horrible sound. Okay, pulling from the tower. Oh god, oh, hang on. I'm gonna have to pay attention to this one. I think this could be it. I found a loose one. Or have I, though? Oh, I'm gonna have to go around the side, I think. You know when I said I found a loose one? I was gonna say I lied, but actually I've just found one. Let's try. I can't. Why have I done this to myself? I can't even grip the brick. Oh, that was wobbly. That was super wobbly. But now I need to put it on the top. I guess. Oh, okay. I'm all right. Okay, 4th card. It's another creature one. Fuck. 7 of spades. Something happened to the lights when the creature was near your hiding place. What was it? Pull from the tower. The lights grew so much brighter and hotter. It was like almost as if it was scorching down us until the bulbs burst. It was scary. Really scary. Another block from the tower. Oh god. I genuinely don't know now. This is terrifying. No, I can't do those ones. Oh, can I do this one? Nope. There's not much in terms of options, friends. Oh, wait. Okay. God, my hands just slip every time. It's just... Can I... No, don't touch anyone. Don't touch. It's just way too wobbly. I just don't know if I can do this one. Why have I done this to myself? Maybe this one? Nope, no, don't touch that one. I think it's going to go over, friends. I don't think there's any brick here that I can use. Oh, I fudged this one, haven't I? Ooh. Okay. That's another one done. And then... Oh. Damn. Alright. 5th card. It's another creature one. It's the Queen. Oh, the Queen of Spades. What do you imagine the creature calls itself? Pull from the tower. I don't know. I I think it calls itself Queen, really. At this rate, I don't care what it calls itself. It's just there. All right, pulling from the tower. Oh my god, it's still standing. Okay. Final card for this day is the 5th of Hearts. Of course, it's another pull from the tower. You've been finding it harder and harder to catch your breath, and eventually it dawned on you that the oxygen system has shut itself off. You fixed it, but what caused it to break? Pull from the tower. Of course it decides to break. I think it was just a patch job. I couldn't keep it up for long, and it's only a matter of time. I think with the fight with the creature, it's smashed quite a lot of the... It's damaged it beyond repair, so anything I do is a patch job, so it's leaking from somewhere. I just sort of stare at it and go, what do you want me to do? It's only a matter of time now. I've accepted it. Okay, pulling from the tower. Oh, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing I can do. Oh, it's wiggling. Can I get it up? Oh, just. Oh, done. Holy shit.
Day 10. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Howat reporting. I've got to be honest, things are looking really, really bleak just now. In terms of systems, well, I think there's something wrong with the scanners, a glitch of some sort, and it's not helped by the fact that the oxygen system went offline. It's only a matter of time till that's completely affected. I was watching back the CCTV footage earlier and watching Keith heroically jump in the way of things. I wish I'd been more like Keith. Well, his sacrifice may be in vain, but I miss him. I miss his bravery. I wonder what that creature's doing. The Queen, I guess. The light when it came through, bright and shining and burst, and the noises it made. What does it want? How can I do anything? This creature is the harbinger of destiny. I know that now. No one's responding to the beacon. I think there's no way I can survive another day. I'm selfish for even thinking I could. This is Fiona Howat, the last survivor of the Wretched, signing off.
And then let's do the roll for the beacon. Oh, that was a 5. Not a 6. A 5. Ugh. Okay. We'll draw 5 cards. Okay. The pile is looking very thin, friends. Okay, Let's do it. So the first card is the 9 of Diamonds. The sewage silo springs a leak. It smells terrible, and you fix it as quickly as is humanly possible. Pull from the tower. Okay, here we go. Will it be the sewage that ends this game? No, it will not. Oh, another block. Oh, that's a wobble. Okay. Second card. 7 of Clubs. It's the crew. You have been carrying a rifle with you for a few days now. You pried it out of the cold grip of a dead crewmate's hands. How did it make you feel? And do you think the rifle will be effective if you need to use it? I thought it would make me feel better. I've got to be honest. You know, back in basic training, they probably told us, like, a little bit about firearms, but they never expected us to use it, I guess. Just, I don't know. I've seen films with it. I don't feel safer. If anything, I know, well, if I don't want to die by the creature's hands, I could at least die by my own hand, I guess. It didn't feel great. It doesn't make me feel safe. And I don't think it'll be effective. There's only a couple of rounds in it. So, I don't know. I don't know. Card number 3. The 4 of Hearts. Oh. Your comm system blinks into life, picking up garbled chatter from far-off vessels. It falls silent before you can signal to them. What were they saying? It was just radio chatter. Some shipping vessels giving coordinates to the closest stop-off point. Maybe even a bit of radio music, like old-fashioned, like what you used to hear on Earth, like a tuning station. It's been so quiet these last few days that suddenly hearing voices, like proper human voices that aren't my own, and then it's gone. Fourth card is the 8 of Hearts. What does it feel like to look at the sensors and the monitors and see nothing? How does it feel to know that you may never see land or light or have a conversation again? I don't think about it. I try not to think about it. I've made my peace with that a long time ago. All I can do is stick to the routine, keep going, and hope that someone hears these messages I'm sending out. Someone hears the beacon. Maybe they're getting closer. I don't know, but maybe. Okay, number 5. Oh, it's a creature one. Down one of the long, straight corridors between rooms on the ship, you follow gorges in the walls and floor left by the creature. Describe them, and which part of its anatomy you think left those tracks behind. Pull from the tower. They're very distinct, like, certainly across the walls, like 2, 3, 4 different lines cutting into the wall, the doors, pulling out wire, bits of plating. It looks like something pulled its way across, using the small interior of the corridors to just push itself through. I know from looking briefly on the CCTV, it plays this game. It just slowly but surely walks down corridors. Couldn't see most of it because of the steam rising out from one of the vents, but it's horrific. It played with its food. It knows it's stronger. It knows it's dominant. There's no way out of this, really. It's large. And it's outside my ship.
Day 11. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Howat reporting. I had a brief moment of hope earlier. There was... The comms blinked into life and I thought I was being rescued. But by the time I reached it, running, sprinting through the bridge, it was gone. And when I played it back, it was just garbled, like two shipping vessels talking, giving coordinates, but nowhere near where I am. I don't know. I just wish I could see the outside. I just wish I could look into the vastness of the black and I don't know. Just, I'm going mad. Seeing the walls covered in scratches and gorges. We managed to clean up the ship as best we can with me in the sweeper box, but the scars are still there. It's still here. I don't want to use the gun. I feel silly now for taking it. It doesn't make me feel safe, it just acts as a constant reminder that I am in danger. But now I'm in danger from myself, as well as this creature. I managed to repair the sewage system, but I did wonder for a second whether the smell would mask anything if the creature got in. And then I dashed that thought away. I don't want to be smelling of shit when I die. That's not what I want. I need to keep fighting. There must be hope. I hope someone comes soon. This is Fiona Howat, the last survivor of the Wretched, signing off.
I rolled a 6. 1 token off. That means I've got 9 more to go. There's hope, perhaps. Okay. Ugh, 4. 4 cards. It's getting very close to the bottom. There must be the other kings, must be in here somewhere. Okay, first card. Ooh, Jack of Diamonds. You lose power throughout the ship, and whilst you're trying to fix it, the backup generator fails too. You manage to restore power, but you need to cannibalize parts from the backup generator, which will never work again. Pull from the tower. Do not replace this block at the top of the tower. Remove it from the game instead. All right. Oh, God, my hands. Oof, wobbly. There doesn't seem to be many blocks left I can use. Ah. What about one of these? No. Oof. That's so unstable. I should have taken more off the top. Oof, no. I'm gonna have to use 2 hands. It's so wobbly. I can't. Maybe this one. No. It's maybe this one or this one. Oh. Okay. The base is so unstable now. Oh. Okay. Second card. The Nine of Clubs. One of the crew told you all about a terrible dream they had had a few days before the creature came. In hindsight, they were having a premonition of what was about to happen. Why did you all ignore them? It's hard, because Stephen just always used to be a joker. He never took things seriously. Like, he was one of those people who always talked about theories about dreams and like was always asking stuff. And then one day he grew quiet, and when prompted, he told about this horrible dream he had of metal burning and twisting, people screaming and blood everywhere. And we were like, okay, Stephen, have you been on the stuff again? Because we've told you about it in the last review. And he's like, no, it's true. And he pointed at me and said, you will see this. You will see it. And I ignored it because, what else can you do? It's frightening. Well, looks like Stephen was right. Drugs or not, like, gee, it's fucked up, I can tell you that. Third card. The Three of Clubs. You had to use someone else's ID to access an area of the ship normally forbidden to you. Whose ID was it, and what were you doing there? It was Ashley's ID. I used it because I knew she had access to the archives. She was an archival assistant. The whole point of this journey is for us to seek out new planets and categorize them. And I thought maybe there'll be something in the archive to do it. And I'm just a flight engineer. I'm not supposed to be messing around with the information. And some of it is classified from previous missions. So that's what I was doing. And I didn't feel good doing it. You know? They promised they would take me to see it when we were together. And now they're not here, and I don't want to think about it, thanks. Final card of today. It's the Two of Clubs. You found the journal of one of your crewmates. What thing from home were they missing the most? Anya's journal. She was writing about the food and the people, and she just missed home. Not just one thing, she was writing pages and pages about all the things she was going to do when she gets back there. See her partner, play with her kids, have amazing food to eat, walk in the sun on the ground and not worry about space, not worry about gravity, not worrying about the little things to keep this ship ticking over. It ends abruptly, obviously. But it's nice to read someone else's hopes and dreams before all this, not tainted by it.
Day 12. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight engineer Howat reporting. We lost power. Completely. last survivor of the Wretched. Signing off.
Okay, rolling for the beacon. 3. Nowhere near. Three again. Another 3 cards. Oh, this... Okay. First card. Oof. Queen of Hearts. The door lock system fails when you are in the bridge, and you have to spend a few hours forcing the doors open so you can get out. Pull from the tower. Where to go, though? Maybe the other side of where I just pulled? Oh, it's wobbly. Oh, I've got it. Okay. Oof. Oh, it's wobbling. Oh, did it. Yes, mate. Nailed it. Second card, the 2 of Hearts. The water purification system still works, but it's noticeably less effective. What does it feel like to drink water that smells faintly of ammonium? Disgusting. I have to not retch every time I bring it close to my mouth. I know it's important to drink, but it's getting harder. The strain of not being able to eat properly, drinking water that's probably not safe, just hoping and waiting. I do it because I have to. It's the only way. Final card of today. It's the 10 of Diamonds. With the climate control on the fritz, mold springs up in some of your food stores. Oh, fuck. You can't fix it, so you just seal up that locker and hope nothing affects the rest of your supplies. Pull from the tower. No. Oh my god. That's it? What do I do now? If the tower falls at any time, a catastrophic systems failure results in your death, and the game is over. Shit.
Debrief. Take a moment. Breathe. What happened? Did you light the beacon? Did rescue come, snatching you away from a cold, lonely death? Or did the creature take you? Did you stare into its maw as it descended, one final victim to a nameless horror? You tried to repair the engines. You had hoped it could be done. Everything you knew about the situation you were in told you it could be done. That was a lie. You have been telling a story during this game, but the story began before you drew your first card. The rules in this book are a story, and they were told to you by an unreliable narrator. The human capacity for hope and the desire to survive against all odds. There was never any hope of you repairing the ship. No matter how many tasks you completed, the engines were never going to fire again. Best you could do was survive for long enough for help to come. And even that was unlikely. You were doomed from the start. And somewhere inside you, you knew this. Even as you were desperately clinging onto hope, you may not have survived, but the log of your final days lives on.
now. Will it be found by a salvage ship much like yours to serve as a warning for those intending to brave the cold depths of space? Did you pass it on to your rescuers? A chronicle of what you went through? Or is it lost forever, adrift in the black where nobody will hear your words again? When you close this book, put down this game. What will become of all that you have done here? You are unlikely to be remembered.
Well, shit. Yep. I mean, that beacon thing, like, I got that fairly early on, even then after getting 3 kings. There was no way I was going to fix that on a 6. Oh, I just rolled a 6. The What Am I Rolling podcast was created, recorded, and edited by me, Fiona Howat. This episode's player was Fiona Howat. This episode's RPG was The Wretched, a solo journaling sci-fi RPG written by Chris Bissetti and published by Loot the Room. You can find out more about The Wretched and buy other Loot the Room games on their website. That's loottheroom.uk. The theme music was 8-Bit March by Twin Musicon of twinmusicon.org, licensed under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you want to find out more about the podcast, check out the website. That's www.wairpodcast.com. Fancy getting in touch? Email the podcast at whatamirollingpodcast@gmail.com. Finally, follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at WAIR_podcast for latest news on upcoming episodes. And remember, adventurers need not apply.